Most developed countries in West Africa. West Africa has witnessed some of the world's greatest rates of urbanization since World War II ended, with urban populations expanding by more than 50% per 10 years. The rise of capital cities in West Africa has been even more astonishing, with many of them doubling in size in less than a decade. West African countries have long-standing and prosperous business relations, and these existing trade relationships have been formalized and enhanced into important cross-border trade along key corridors over time. And they now serve as the primary source of livelihood for many traders, transport operators, and trade-related businesses. West Africa, which has a population of 350 million people, is one of the last regions to go through a demographic shift, and the obstacles of keeping up with and meeting the requirements of a rapidly rising population are significant. Hello viewers, welcome to another informative video on the channel. If you're new here, ensure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so as to be notified on our future uploads. Without further delays and in no particular order, here are the most developed West African countries. Number 1. Ghana. In 2020, Ghana had the second highest GDP in West Africa. Diversification efforts have also been launched in industries such as digital technology, automotive, and shipbuilding, as well as hydrocarbons and industrial minerals. In addition, due to the GDP rebasement, Ghana's economy grew at the quickest rate in the world in 2011. Ghana is Africa's second largest gold miner after South Africa, and the world's second largest cocoa producer after Ivory Coast. It is one of the fastest growing economies on the continent, and it has made significant success in achieving and consolidating growth. Poverty reduction has made significant progress. Ghana is the first country in sub-Saharan Africa to achieve Millennium Development Goal 1, which is to reduce severe poverty by half. Ghana has recently risen to the status of a middle-income country. In June 2007, large offshore oil deposits were discovered, raising hopes for a significant economic boost. Ghana received a $600 million three-year loan from the International Monetary Fund in July 2009, despite worries about the global recession's impact on weaker countries. Because of the high prices of cocoa and gold, the Ghanaian economy is shown to be quite resilient, according to the IMF. Aside from economic development, Ghana has made significant progress in areas such as good governance, youth empowerment, and gender equality. Number 2. Cape Verde. Despite a lack of natural resources, Cape Verde's remarkable economic growth and improvement in living circumstances has attracted international attention, with other countries and international organizations frequently contributing development assistance. Only 5 of Cape Verde's 10 main islands sustain significant agricultural production, and over 90% of the country's food is imported. Salt, pozzolana, a volcanic rock used in cement manufacture, and limestone are examples of mineral resources. Its small number of wineries producing Portuguese-style wines have traditionally targeted the home market, but have recently gained international recognition. Cape Verde's economy is service-oriented, with trade, transportation, and government services accounting for more than 70% of GDP. Despite the fact that roughly a third of the population lives in rural areas, agriculture and fisheries account for just approximately 9% of GDP, while the rest is mostly made up of light manufacturing. Fish and shellfish are abundant, although only limited amounts are exported. In Mindelo, Praia, and Onsal, Cape Verde contains cold storage and freezing facilities, as well as seafood processing industries. Despite its lack of natural resources and semi-desert status, the country has the greatest living standards in the region, attracting thousands of immigrants from all over the world. Number 3. Nigeria. Nigeria is the largest economy in the continent, not just in West Africa. In 2020, it accounted for 18.3% of overall African GDP, the highest share of any country. Nigeria, because of its vast oil reserves, has some of the most modern cities in West Africa, as well as more infrastructure projects. Nigeria would easily be the most developed country in West Africa if we ignored human government indicators. Their GDP is the highest, not just in West Africa, but also on the entire continent. Nigeria's economy is a mixed income rising market with growing manufacturing, finance, service, communications, technology, and entertainment industries. In terms of nominal GDP, it is the world's 27th largest economy, and in terms of purchasing power parity, it is the 24th largest. In 2013, the country's resurgent manufacturing sector became the continent's largest, producing a major amount of goods and services for the West African region. Nigeria ranks 6th in the world and 1st in Africa in terms of agricultural output. The sector employs over 1/3 of the workforce and accounts for roughly 18% of GDP. Nigeria has the largest cow herd in Africa at 19 million head. Nigeria is still a large producer of several agricultural products, including cocoa, groundnuts, rubber, and palm oil, despite the fact that it is no longer a major exporter due to domestic consumer boom. Mechanization has resulted in a revival in the manufacture and exporting of food goods, and a shift toward food sufficiency has emerged. Number 4. Togo. Togo is one of Africa's smallest countries, but it has substantial phosphate reserves and a well-developed export economy based on agricultural products like coffee, cocoa, and peanuts, which have accounted for nearly 30% of export earnings. The fertile land covers 11.3% of the country, with the majority of it being developed. Breweries and the textile industry are two other prominent industries. Togo has achieved progress in the liberalization of the economy, particularly in the domains of commerce and port activities, in terms of structural reforms. The privatization of the cotton sector, telecommunications, and water supplies, however, has come to a halt. Togo is anticipated to be one of the most beneficial countries under the program to aid heavily indebted poor countries, as the government currently has no debt thanks to outside financial support. Number 5. Senegal. Over the last 5 years, the Senegalese economy has grown steadily. In the last half-decade, economic independence has also gradually increased. Despite significant natural resources such as iron, zircon, gas, gold, phosphate, and recent oil finds, Senegal's economy is driven by mining, construction, tourism, fishing, and agriculture, which are the main resources of employment in rural areas. Camel fish, phosphate, groundnuts, tourism, and services provide the majority of Senegal's foreign exchange. Senegal's agricultural industry is one of the most important components of its economy and is extremely subject to environmental factors such as rainfall and climate change, as well as changes in global commodity prices. The government increased agriculture subsidies by 50% in 2021, as well as fuel and electricity subsidies. Senegal also has one of Africa's most well-developed tourism businesses. Senegal's economy is reliant on international aid, and as a member of the West African Economic and Monetary Fund, it is seeking to further regional integration by establishing a single external tariff and a more stable monetary policy. Senegal, on the other hand, continues to rely largely on foreign aid. Number 6. Ivory Coast. Between 2011 and 2020, Côte d'Ivoire had the highest GDP growth rate among West African countries, with an annual growth rate of 9.21%. It is a rising regional hub that serves as an exporter's entrance to French-speaking Africa and the rest of the continent. In the West African Economic and Monetary Union, Ivory Coast has the largest economy. It is the world's largest exporter of cocoa beans and raw cashew nuts, as well as a net oil exporter. The economy of Ivory Coast is mostly market-driven and heavily reliant on agriculture. Almost 70% of the population of Ivory Coast is involved in some type of agricultural activity. Ivory Coast infrastructure is excellent by developing country standards. Because of its position and ties to surrounding nations, Ivory Coast is a popular choice for foreigners looking to conduct business in West Africa. Abidjan, the capital of Ivory Coast, is one of West Africa's most sophisticated and attractive cities. Anticipated investments in the petroleum, electricity, water and telecommunications sectors, as well as a portion of the transportation sector, will be financed without direct government intervention in the new environment of government disengagement from productive activities and in the wake of recent privatizations. Since independence, Ivory Coast economy has risen faster than that of most other African countries, and one reason for this could be taxes on export agriculture. To extend and develop the industrial sector and attract investment, significant reforms are being adopted. There you have it, viewers. Hope you found this video informative enough. And if you're new here, ensure to hit that subscribe button, give us a like while turning on notifications so as to be notified on our future uploads. Thanks for watching.